Number 3, Taylor Yaman. Number 4, Isabel Carney. Number 11, Tatum Harris. Number 23, Trinity Jones. And number 25, Keziah Lewis. They're coached by Bruce Scududo. Now get on your feet for your A-Town Tornadoes. First, freshman, number 1, Kennedy Quinn. Junior, number 11, Emma Gunther. Freshman, number 14, Kaden Quinn. Junior, number 15, Haley Redding. And junior, number 24, Taylor Ford. A-Town is coached by Brent Bugan and assisted by Nadine Marr, Sam Seacrest, and Corey Tatum.
Well, good afternoon, evening. We're 6 minutes behind. That's pretty darn good for an eight-game tournament day, as this is game number 8, the final one of the Tornado Classic, the inaugural event here at Appleton Avon High School. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Alyssa Evans, we've been here for every one of them today. Outside of Reed Kelso, we might be the only ones that have been here all day. I'm not real sure. But we've been here all day. We're happy to be here for the final one as we get ready to go here. Jumping up. It's won by Reading and the A-Town Tornadoes. The home school saved the best for last, so they'll say. Gunther gives it in to the freshman, number 14, Caden Quinn, gets the easy bucket. And the Tornadoes lead by 2. Early in the first quarter here. That's number 23, Trinity Jones with it. She loses it. Gunther takes it away. She gives it off to Quinn. Quinn's runner's off, no good. It's going to fall into the hands of the Evergreen Park Mustangs, and back the other way it goes. On the hand of Trinity Jones again. She's still on the dribble. And a double dribble. Possession back to the Tornadoes. Quinn takes it back the other way. A couple freshman Quinns playing, and she's going to get called for the carry. Seen that called more here in the first minute and 5 seconds than we've seen it called all day, folks, just for anybody keeping score. Jones will have it again for Evergreen Park. Down low, clearing out, shot up off, no good. That was number 25, Keziah Lewis. Oh, what a crossover. Puts the shot up and in. Kennedy Quinn gets the bucket. It's 4-0 Tornadoes, and a pair of freshmen have dropped in the first 4 points for the Tornadoes. It is 4-0 with 6:31 to go here in the first quarter. Final game of the day. Getting ready to come your way. Actually, it's already coming your way. $4-0's the score. Starters for Evergreen Park: Taylor Yemen, Isabel Carney, Tatum Harris, she wears number 11, number 23, Trinity Jones, and Keziah Lewis. Jones overthrows Taylor Yemen out of bounds. Possession back to A-Town. 6:20 remaining. 3 on the way, off no good. That was Redding on the shot. Rebound to the Tornadoes. Shot up off no good. Rebound, put back, foul. Going to the free throw line is going to be Taylor Ford. Tatum Harris picks up her first. Team foul number 1 for not the Tornadoes, but the Mustangs. 2 free throws for Taylor Ford. She hits the first. .608 remaining, first quarter. She rattles the second one home as well. Down low, shot up and in. Taylor Yemen gets the bucket, number 3. Shot up, forced it up a little bit, but it goes in for Haley Redding. Down low, again, wide open, but can't finish. Puts it up and draws the foul this time. See who it's on. Foul's on number 14 for the Tornadoes, Caden Quinn. Her first, team's first. Free throw line shooting 2 is going to be Keziah Lewis. First one's off, no good. Sub checking in for Lewis if she makes the free throw. She does. She hits the backside of 2. Number 15, Grace Cole, in for the Mustangs. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Kennedy Quinn on the dribble, gives it off to Caden Quinn. Down low, shot up off, no good. Shot up again and in for Haley Redding. Haley Redding gets 2 more. Her dad just a year or so ahead of me in school, I do believe. Cole with it on a pass from Yemen, and Cole throws it away out of bounds. 4:53 remaining first quarter. It's 8-3. Quinn to the bucket, can't finish. Bunch of bodies flopping around. A 3 on the way by Gunther's off, no good. Jones with the rebound. Trinity Jones takes it back the other way. In a hurry. Stop, pop, over the top, foul. Trinity Jones is going to get the call. Number 23, it'll be her first, team second. Gunther looks down to Quinn. Comes back to it. Ford out of Braden Quinn. Kennedy Quinn, now back to Kennedy Quinn from Ford. She's going to drive, dump it out. Braden Quinn for 3, left side, good. Caden Quinn hits the triple. And another timeout on the floor. Nope, a turnover, excuse me. It's 13-3. Tornadoes with a 10-point lead. Reed Kelso sits down beside me. You want to put a headset on, or you just want to sit there and relax for a while? You are a talker, I know that. I thought maybe you might need to catch your breath or something. 3 on the way was short. Rebound and a foul. I think it's going to be on Evergreen Park. We'll wait and see. Nope, it's going to be on. They called it on Taylor Ford. They did call it on Taylor Ford. I was waiting to see That's her first, team second. There's a little bit of question there on who that one was going to be on. I got you turned up there, Mr. Kelso.
How's it going?
You know what? I'm no offense, but I'm glad it's game 8.
You and me both, man.
And a foul called on the Tornadoes again. It's going to be number 11, Emma Gunther, if I can remember correctly. It is her first, team's third. Tipped away, but right to Cole. Yemen with it. Going to look down to Cole. Cole backs in, puts a shot up, off no good. She goes up over the top, throws it up.
A lot of
Jones
contact.
comes down with it. And a traveling violation has been called. That's not Jones, excuse me. That's number 11, Tatum Harris, that came down with it. And there's been a lot of contact all day. They've kind of let them play today, haven't they?
Yeah, that's great for me. You know, we're on time, which is what I aim for, so I'm fine with letting them play.
I mentioned that we started only 6 minutes late. There's a 3 off no good, and there's another foul.
For this game, we started 6 minutes late?
6 minutes late.
Darn, I was on time throughout the day.
7:36 is when we started.
That's not bad for running 8 games for a shootout.
Yeah, I said, well, that's what I said for 4 is Isabel Carney picks up the foul, her first, team's third.
Yeah, I had a coach said, you know, we went to a shootout a couple years ago. They were like an hour and a half behind, and so to keep up's kind of the goal.
Neve Hayes picks up a foul. As they kind of are starting to come, just as we said that pretty rapidly there. They're Redding at the free throw line. You need to work on these jerseys. I'm blind. I can't see the numbers.
You know what? I haven't watched a lot of our games. I agree. I can't really tell. The good thing I know the girls, or else I couldn't tell the numbers.
That's Redding, right?
Yes.
She missed them both.
You know, Coach Dugan owns the jersey place where we get them, so I'd blame him.
I'm gonna blame him.
That's exactly
There's a
what
travel.
I would blame.
Coach Dugan, it's all your fault. Probably isn't bad for a person that can actually see, but I'm kind of blind, so.
Well, next weekend at the holiday at the Great Western, we're wearing our yellow jerseys. We have brand new bright yellow jerseys. They're pretty sweet.
Can you read the numbers?
I think so. I think they're black, actually. Yeah, I think you can.
Okay, that's good. I'll like that.
So, you know,
I'm blind.
If you want to wear an alternate color at home, you got to send the IHSA letter. But if you're doing a shootout, you don't have to send it. So we decided next week we're going to wear, I think the boys and the girls are going to wear the yellows. So.
And a shot up off, no good.
Yeah, I don't know much about these guys, Evergreen Park.
I do not either, to be
I know
honest
they're a 3A school. They play a lot of big 3A, 4A schools, and they were looking for a trip this year and decided to come down.
That's good to have some bigger schools in here and see different people.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about every one of the games today. They pretty much have all played somebody they wouldn't normally play.
Yes, there is no overlap. There's nobody that plays each other in the season or like in an early tournament, none of that stuff.
Cole from about 10 feet, her jumper's off no good. Yemen with the rebound, and foul's going to be called on the Tornadoes. 21. That is Avery Stiegel, her first, team's fourth. 4 fouls apiece, so everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the way for the final 2:14. Yemen hits the first one. She's got 3 points now.
Yeah, we've had a good day here. You know, a lot of good games, just blowouts here and there, but I've been pretty impressed with how everybody's played.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about before the game, Bushnell struggled, but they scored some points today too. Actually looked better than they've looked all year.
Yeah, you know, the North Fulton Erie Provincetown game kind of surprised me. I would have probably picked Erie if we were doing a pool before the game, but I was glad to see North Fulton get the win. Coach Davis is my student-teacher mentor when I was student teaching, so I knew him real well.
3 is good for Kennedy Quinn.
Yeah, she's been playing really well the last few games.
So is this shootout, the Tornado Classic, been what you wanted it to be in its first year?
Yeah, you know, I've got a lot of good responses. I think everybody's willing to come back next year. I was telling somebody I got a wait list for next year already, so that's a good thing. But, yeah, we're glad with it. You know, we have the boys shootout next weekend. So next weekend we'll just do an all-girls weekend and all-boys weekend. Our girls won't play on the shootout anymore, but that's why we started this.
Kennedy Quinn gets the foul, her first, team's 5th. Means that the free throws are really seriously coming now. First free throw is good. Taylor Ford checks in.
Yeah, you know, I was worried about this free throw rule this year, you know, after 5 every quarter and making the games longer. But my coaches, and today's proven it, you know, kind of the shorter games now.
Yeah, man, there was a few games early. The Wildcats shot like 14 free throws. in the first game.
Well, I know Quest and Kewanee played a game last Friday night for boys that had 18 fouls in the first quarter, 26 2 minutes into the second quarter. And then they called the game.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
we were supposed
craziness,
to play them
isn't it?
that Saturday night. We ended up having a schedule issue. But I don't think they could have played us anyway.
I don't know. I've never seen a team quit for that reason before.
Yeah, it was a wild reason.
Double dribble, no shot, 16-6. Checking in, going to be number 3, Anna Servin. Yeah, there's been some craziness go on already this year, hasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I've seen a lot of things. I mean, I've been here at this gym when BPC played Avon. Actually, it was Abington alone then. But they called the game with like 4 minutes to go or 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Foul is on Servin. She comes in and gets a foul just about 10 seconds in. And a couple free throws coming here for Kesia Lewis. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. But they stopped that game because of crowd and players fighting and all kinds of craziness.
I can see that back. Abington and Bushnell, I can see that back in the day.
And so, I've seen stuff like that, but I've never seen a team quit because they didn't like the officiating, essentially.
Yeah, that was a wild story. I knew somebody that was at the game, and I called him. He was like, yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, that's a lot of fouls. Don't get me wrong. I get that.
Well, the guys, they could have called 15 more if they really wanted to.
There's certain teams that are going to have those problems occasionally because they play a style that –
right up in your face, full court press, absolutely.
And you can get away with that in 2A and 3A, but you don't get away with that in 1A as often. And if you get a set of 1A officials, there's a 3 on the way. It's good for Kennedy Quinn. That's her second 3. You can get away with that. The farther up the food chain and size of games you go, you get away with that a little more. But 1A officials tend to not let that go as much.
Yeah, those guys are not letting that go.
And, Kewanee isn't a real small school, don't get me wrong. But that's not what I'm implying there. But if you get the right set of officials that are used to maybe a different style of game, you're going to get in trouble that way.
Yes, absolutely.
So 45.7 seconds left here in quarter number 1. It's 19-8. Reed Kelso joining us here, the mastermind behind the Tornado Classic.
I don't know about Matt, the guy that sent all the emails, I guess.
Well, that makes you the mastermind, doesn't it?
Oh,
another 3.
Hot.
That's 3 of them. She's on fire here in the first quarter. It's 22-8. The Tornadoes leading Evergreen Park with the basketball is Isabel Carney.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot better. We started off early in the tournament. It's kind of building. We've been playing really good the last few days.
We'll get to see you at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament at all?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there for sure.
And missed shot, jump ball. Are they going to call a foul? They're going to call a foul.
24, Taylor Ford.
Ford's going to pick up her second.
Yeah, the holiday tournament's great. I enjoy going down there, being from Macomb. I always went as a kid. Was a ball boy as a kid. So, I enjoy going and seeing everybody and checking how everybody does.
That should be free throws then, whoever got fouled, if they know who got fouled.
Now, I can't say I wouldn't make some changes to the tourney if they let me, but that's the way it is.
Trinity Jones going to shoot a couple free throws here for Evergreen Park. They trail by 14. Make it 13. First one's good.
And I'll probably go to Beardstown to watch our girls play, too, one day.
Where are you ranked in that tournament? They set that seeding
Wednesday. We seed Wednesday for that. And then the holiday tournament for the boys will seed Sunday.
Stop and pop another one. Can she get it?
Oh,
man. I thought the second bounce was going to be good enough. Couldn't get it to fall, though, at the end of the first quarter of play. It's 22-9. We'll keep it here. Talk to Reed a little bit about the tournament. So you told me – maybe even 2 years ago when we started covering this, you would like to do this. When we started covering the Great Western Shootout, you said you'd like to do this. What finally got you to do it?
So, last year I was thinking about it, and my principal, Mr. Weedman, was like, you should add some girls' games to the Great Western. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it the boys. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start a girls' shootout. And I sent out an email to a lot of local schools. I like to get some 8 or 9 local schools. And then I kind of reached out to some schools. You know what I mean? Kind of had a wish list of who I was looking for. And I got a lot of them, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, the shootout's cool because you get to play different people.
Yes.
It doesn't count as a tournament because it's one game. It's on a neutral site. It's a good measuring stick. I think that the game before this one is a huge surprise of how that one turned out
Yeah.
between Peoria Notre Dame and CSE. I mean, everybody thought CSE was one thing. They thought Peoria Notre Dame was another, and Peoria Notre Dame really had no problems with CSE.
Yeah, I was a little surprised at that game. But, yeah, like the shootout, you're supposed to see somebody you normally don't see. Coaches, you say, hey, I'm going to get you a quality opponent. I'm going to match you up against somebody you're never going to play usually. And we get a good draw. We bring from Calhoun, Evergreen Park, or we're Central Catholic, Roanoke. So a nice little spread around the state. I was telling somebody, I think next year I have a waiting list like 5 or 7 teams would be willing to get into this next year. So that's what you want to have for a tournament or a shootout.
So having said that, does that mean that that's a kick out of bounds? It's going to go to the Tornadoes. I got to get this to second quarter. Sorry, folks. It is the second quarter, 7:47 to go. Now, since you're going to maybe after this year take the girls out of the Great Western Shootout, does that mean you add a couple more teams in there?
Yeah, I got some boys teams. I got a waiting list for the boys, so I already got some plans for next year. Bringing some really nice schools, some nice big 2A schools. So yeah, like next year the boys should be another good shootout again. I've really tried to enhance the teams, try to bring a good shootout. And like I feel like my boys shootout, well, the girls shootout as well, 2 of the better smaller school shootouts in the state.
Foul's going to be charged to number 21, Avery Stiegel, her second.
So, the boys, Bluffs and Rock Ridge were both preseason number 1 and 1A and 2A. Like, that's a good matchup for here. For Abingdon Avon for a shoot. That's a great matchup.
A lot of people, there's a shot off for Yeoman, no good. A lot of people looked at what Illini Bluffs did in Bushnell a couple weeks ago now, whatever it was.
I watched the game. I was at the Macomb game.
And everybody talked about, well, maybe they're not as good. Well, if you look back to last year,
they picked up about this time last year. They started really picking. They got into the ICAC, got a little momentum. Yeah.
There's a 3.
Haley Redding.
For Haley Redding.
Yeah, I think Bluffs is going to be fine. I watched him against Macomb. Macomb had played a really good game. They beat him up. They played a typical Macomb, Jeremy Anderson game, slow him down. But that Alvey and that point guard, they're good. They're going to get it figured out.
Well, and I know Bushnell beat them last year.
Yes.
So they've had a history of coming to that tournament and not winning games that people maybe thought they should have or were going to, but they end up okay.
Yes. Well, it's like the Fulton up at Orion. Every year I feel like Fulton loses a game or two, and then they end up, 27-4 at the end of the year. And then Rock Ridge is loaded.
Onslaught continues
just loaded.
Here. Yemen throws one up, off no good, out of bounds, so to stay. Well, no. Said it went off Yemen, out of bounds. Well, it is going.
And we got a lot of other good schools next week too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams next week.
Yeah,
right?
there's gonna be a lot of good games.
Now the funny thing is, I was talking to a couple people here today. Haley Redding gets 2 more. And a full timeout by Evergreen Park. They have called 2 now, 1:30 and 1 full. Some of these matchups looked better maybe a month ago than they look now, or 2 weeks ago than they look now, and they ended up being kind of what they turned into, not what we expected or what you expected when you made them. Do you see that happening next week at all?
Maybe. I don't think so. I think we have Scales Mountain and Fulton playing before Illini Bluffs and Rock Ridge, and they played in the sectional last year, super sectional to go to state. So that's a rematch. And then you got Macomb, Farmington, Monmouth Rosedale's been good. Argento Orienta's pretty good. You got Sherrard. Canton's a good team. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of really good basketball going to be played here next Saturday.
Yeah, and a lot of those teams filter into the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament too. And so I know that we've got the live show next Sunday, and there's going to be a whole lot of attention paid to Saturday for Sunday.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, my brother-in-law Blake Boehner is on the board, and he kind of helps with the seeding. So I was like, you really should wait till after I do my shootout to seed. And he talked to me. I was like, SADs, we only need a couple days. We already have, you know what I mean? We don't need, because that was their big thing, get a couple weeks out. I was like, we don't need that. We'd rather wait. So, yeah, they're going to seed it Sunday, Saturday, and yeah, I don't know how happy they are that I took the Rock Ridge Bluffs match from them a week before, but just the way it is.
Well, you don't expect those two teams to see each other till late in the tournament, even if they do.
Well, yeah, that was my thing. I was like, I'd be really upset if I could have placed them, had them play, and then they don't play at Western.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about that tournament, because it's double elimination and how everything works. You know, it never goes as seeded, right, on that deal.
No. And, I mean, I know Pittsfield's undefeated, I believe, right now. I mean, there's a lot of good records in that. Macomb's lost 1 game. Like, Macomb's only lost 1 game, and that might be a 4 seed or not a seed at all.
Yeah, they lost that game, too, without Dion Doyle.
Yes.
And still took Farmington to overtime.
Yeah, so –
there's a layup. It's up and in for number 2, Nev Hayes. And she'll get an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. Emma Gunther picks up her second foul.
I also think shootouts are a lot easier to get good schools because it's just 1 game. You know, instead of a tournament, you're going to come 4 or 5 times.
And you don't have to count it as a tournament.
No.
You get to play somebody different, and you don't have to count it as a tournament.
Yep. Well, there is no tournament limit anymore. Now
there isn't?
Nope, you just get 31 games. And then they just made a thing for volleyball this year. We can play more than 5 games at a tournament. So they're kind of getting away from the tournament. You know what I mean? The limits for tournaments and all. I think it used to be, 3 tournaments is all you could do?
Yeah. I didn't know they changed that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as big a deal, but really I'm surprised there aren't more shootouts. Cole's shot's off, no good, and then there's going to be a foul charge to, I think that's number 4, Isabel Carney.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's a lot of work to do a shootout. But, you know, it's great for our crowd, great for the community to bring all these people in. You know, get a lot of people through Abington today. Great for the local businesses. So I don't mind it. I would much rather do basketball than be outside in football in like 40 degrees weather, and I coach football. Hate the cold weather.
And coming up, Yemen is going to get the foul. That'll be her first, team second.
Evergreen Sparks had a long drive today, and we played last night, so not a surprise. A little rust here.
Corner 3, Gunther, no good. Cole with the rebound. She gets it finally over to Hayes, and back the other way it goes with 4:48 remaining. You guys are pretty pumped about both your basketball teams this year, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We feel we got a good girls team and a good boys team. You know, our boys team's struggling, but they haven't played a 1A school yet. They played all 2A schools, so you can blame me. You can blame the scheduler for that. But, you know, last year they got into 1A and they kind of went on a roll, I think. So
I watched our broadcast of West Hancock and them the other night.
That was a nail biter. I was watching it at home.
You guys were up 13 when I looked, and then I looked away, and I said to Luke, who does the game, I was like, what'd that final end up? And he goes, well, we won by 3 because he's from West Hancock originally.
Yes.
And I was like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah.
Then at the same time, I was like, how are you down to A-Town by 3 after you beat Illini Bluffs?
Yeah, you know how it is for these area schools. We could all beat each other on any given night.
Kennedy Quinn, another bucket.
You know, we took them to the wire. We've taken Farmington to the wire. Really, the only game we weren't in was Pleasant Plains, and we'd like to have that. You know what I mean? We'd like to have that one back.
You always have a few you'd like to get back as the season
Always.
goes along, right? Gunther comes back in.
And the boys start with some 1A. They play Elmwood Tuesday. Saturday we have our shootout where we play Payson Seymour. Then we play Monmouth, Beardstown, and Bushnell. So we're getting some more 1A schools coming in.
You know, Bushnell-Prairie City is a team I still have not figured out yet. There's Quinn for 3. Caden Quinn off, no good. They look like they should be good. They do some things good. They just are struggling to win basketball games.
Yeah, I have not seen the boys. I've seen the girls obviously today. I'm sure I will be at that game that Wednesday night. I love the gym at Bushnell. I'll say that. It's a cool gym.
Bushnell's gym is one of the best in the state.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Lewiston, great. I love those sunken gyms.
I like Bushnell better than Lewiston because of the setup of Lewiston. I just like Bushnell's setup better, but Dallas City's gym. Do you remember Dallas City's gym?
Yeah.
Dallas City's gym was phenomenal too.
Well, West Hancock's got a cool gym I saw. Like
Yeah.
I just like those sunken gyms.
Yeah, the Hamilton gym is nice.
Yes, that's where we played.
Yep.
Yeah, I just like the sunken gyms. Like,
And another through the back call on
the Jacksonville Bowl, another great.
Abby Kupskuk. Another foul. It's 3 on the Mustangs now.
But,
here
you know,
in the quarter.
with basketball, everybody makes the regionals, so you might as well challenge yourself. You know what I mean? It's good to play some teams that are going to challenge you.
Ford has the rebound off Redding's miss.
Like Central Southeastern, I think they were happy for the challenge. You know what I mean? Shows them what they got to do. I saw they're the #1 seed at the State Farm Classic, so it's a good test for them.
Yeah.
About a month in the season, it's a good test for everybody.
Quinn could have taken a free throw line jumper there, didn't do it. Kennedy Quinn will, and she's going to draw a foul. She'll get 2 free throws.
Yeah, we're a young team this year, Sean. Just 1 senior. I think we have 2 freshmen and a sophomore on the court right now.
Yeah,
2 juniors.
It's a couple juniors. You're pretty young. I was kind of surprised when they started naming them off. I'm like, holy smokes.
Super young.
Foul is on number 2, Nev Hayes, her second, team's 4th.
But, you know, we've played some hard teams. I like the schedule, you know, at the beginning part of the season. I like to schedule teams that are going to challenge you. Because, I mean, you get into conference, you know, I mean, once after January, we're more or less in the conference for both schools. So,
well, you remember back a couple years ago, and that one rolls around, a toilet bowl ringer and goes in. You remember a couple years ago when Southeastern came here with Ramsey Fry and without Stevens, and everybody thought that oh, you know, they're not going to be as good. There's a basket for
they played Ridgewood, I think, or somebody like that. And you know that Fry kid was good. And we had some of the best Danny Stevens. We had him in the sectionals his junior year. Then we got him as senior year here at the Great Western.
And you know, and everybody thought, well, without Danny Stevens, they don't have a chance, you know, and whatever. And actually, he had that backwards. He was here his junior year and then senior year for the regional, wasn't it?
Nope, junior year they won sectionals.
Oh, it was both the same year.
And then his senior year he came here. He was hurt his junior year at the Great Western. That's why they ended up playing Ridgewood instead of, I can't remember.
Yeah, but nobody gave them a chance to do anything without him. They still won all but like 1 game or 2 games, and that made them so much better.
Oh, yeah, it gave him confidence. You know, we've all played on sports teams where, you know, like at the end of the game, you're going to give the ball to one guy. But when he's out and you can do some stuff without them, that gives a ton of confidence.
And Quinn drives to the basket again and is going to draw another foul. Who's going to call it and who's it going to be on? That's the question.
Yeah, she's been doing a really good job of attacking lately, either passing it or kicking it out or taking it to the hole.
Fouls on number 1, Brianna Uwuja. First, it's the 5th team foul on the Mustangs. First free throw is good.
You know, I think it's kind of a, you know, last few years we played through Brooke Pieper in the post. You know, I think it's kind of a new thing for Coach Dugan to have like a point guard, kind of like a 5-out situation here.
Brandon Hook, thanks for joining us. Second free throw is good as well. Said it's good to hear the AD's side of scheduling layout. So somebody likes what you have to say. There might be the only person on the planet that likes to hear what you have to say, but I would say that there's the thing I've found about most coaches that push their teams and have good programs, they all kind of think on the same direction you're thinking.
Yeah, you want to challenge yourself. You want to go out and see. You want to play some really good teams, and then I think it helps. You know, last year I think our boys started 0-13, but then we went on like a 14-game winning streak.
And a finger roll off, no good for Harris. And a foul on the putback. Foul's on number 21, I believe he said. It is. That is Avery Stiegel, her 3rd here in the first half. Free throw is, man, I thought it was going to fall back in. Didn't do it, though. What number is that at the free throw line? Have to wait till she turns around. Can't see the number. 1:55 to go here in the first half. Second one's hard off the glass, no good. Reverse layup.
Nice little layup.
By Keziah Lewis.
Yeah, Coach Dugan, you know, I think this might, if he gets a win here, that's be the first shootout win he's had as a coach. He always complains the Great Western, you know, he's never got a win.
And a foul. Haley Redding's going to shoot a couple free throws. Fouls on number 31, Abby Kopsick. She missed both her free throws as well. It'd be her second. That is Redding at the free throw line,
yep,
right?
That's Haley. She's had a really good season, too. I think she scored 33, 34 points up at Rover Williamsfield to start the year.
I didn't score 30 points my whole career, I don't think.
No way did I. My dad used to tell me when I got in late in the game to make a foul, get my name in the book.
Yeah,
foul,
right.
Get your name in the book.
Yeah. Make sure you get your name in there. Get credit for being there.
Right, absolutely.
I think I scored 8 points one game, and I thought I was in heaven. My storied career of basketball, 8 points is the most I ever scored.
You know what? I always tell somebody I scored a touchdown if it home run. I never got to dunk a basketball in a game. It's the one thing I could never do. I've been dunked on. I've been dunked on.
I've never been dunked on or dunked a basketball, but 1:18 remaining if the clock ever starts running. The clock still isn't running.
Stacy, clock.
There it goes. We just fast forward that about 7 seconds or so.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to complain right now.
40-15 is the score.
It's the 8th game of the night.
I don't know why the scoreboard is not keeping up for me here. I don't know if it's me or the scoreboard. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the scoreboard. You ever have that problem?
I had to learn how to program the scoreboard a couple days ago, so yeah.
Timeout. It's a full timeout charged to the Tornadoes. Coach a little less than happy about something that was going on out there. He's up by 25 and not happy about how things are working out. That's how you know that you push to be as good as possible, isn't it?
Yeah, and, you know, the girls got a nice little break here. They played 4 games this week. Next week they just play Saturday, then they play the Monday and Wednesday. So, you know, I know Coach Dugan's kind of looking to give them some rest their legs a little bit. We got some cheerleaders. We're at a competitive cheerleader day, and they're back here playing tonight. So I'm sure the girls could probably use a rest for a couple days. And I know there's some practice stuff. You know how it is when you can season to practice and work on some stuff. So I know he's excited to do that. Then we pick up the Beardstown tournament. Then we're off to the races there in January for our conference and conference tournament.
So the Beardstown's tournament actually starts before the Macomb Holiday Tournament, right?
I think so. I think Beardstown's a 4-day compared to Macomb's 3-day.
Does it start Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
I
Friday?
believe so.
I was thinking it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I think
Macomb
it's like
is Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I think it's like 27 through like the 30th.
Okay, so it would be
Macomb
Wednesday.
Might be 28 through 30th this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it started on the day after Christmas, though.
Yes.
Whereas Macomb doesn't start till 2 days after.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it. I know it's online.
I just heard somebody say that. It kind of surprised me. It sounded like it.
I think
of course, they may have been wrong,
I
too.
think Beardstown's a day longer, though, right? Isn't it a 4-day?
I think you're right. They have more teams for sure.
They have 32, I think, or 24, something like that. It's a really good tournament.
Yep.
And you know what? We like going down there. We're the only LTC school down there, which is a bit, you know what I mean? You don't want to play another conference school again. So it's nice being the only LTC school down at Beardstown.
That was Gunther on the bucket.
And same with the boys, the holiday tournament. We're the only LTC school there, so we don't, you know what I mean? It's nice not to play a conference opponent.
I'm kind of excited that Bushnell's getting back in. I know Bushnell has struggled some here in recent years on the basketball court, but that's a tournament. The Macomb Western Holiday Tournament is a tournament Bushnell needs to be in with 10 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, you know, they want to get some local schools in there. Absolutely. You try to get Bushnell in there. I don't know who's leaving, but
Southeastern is not coming back.
Is that who's going to come back?
That shot doesn't count. Didn't go anyway. So we're at the half. 42-15 is the score. And this is another one. It's a bit of a surprise, I think. There's been a few surprises today. And as I look back, I think the Peoria Notre Dame CSE game was a pretty big surprise. But the Wildcats game over the Rockets, is it the Rockets? I know it was
North
Erie.
Fulton and Erie?
Yeah,
yep,
what's
North
the Erie's?
Fulton and Erie Prophetstown.
Panthers. The
yeah,
Panthers.
You know what? I told somebody else in the class that I probably would have chose Erie Prophetstown to win that game. I'm glad North Fulton won.
But you know what? And that Har girl looked good.
Yes. Yeah, you know, they played tough. Their coach, North Fulton coach, was my student teacher guy that I was underneath. So I'm glad to see he got a win his last year coaching. And, yeah, like the Aurora Central Catholic Shore, I figured that'd be a great game, and it was. Monmouth and Calhoun ended up being really good. Central Southeastern, Peoria Notre Dame, you know what? That second quarter kind of got away from Central Southeastern. Where they hit 5, 6 threes. Yeah. That's hard to come back from. Central Southeastern is not a team that's going to score 60. So you know what I mean? Like to keep it close. So right then was an issue. And then Macomb and Morton, I thought was a really good game. Morton, just that fourth quarter, their size, their athleticism, the depth kind of just paid off.
If you watched that game, Macomb played very well the first and third quarter.
Yes.
as they got wore down, then the size and the bulk.
That they're trapping them at half court. Macomb was probably giving up 6 inches almost a curl.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah, I'm really happy with the games today. 8 games, they all went pretty smooth. So yeah, it's a great event to put on, and I'm glad there's a girls shootout and a boys shootout.
Well, it's just the first. It's not an annual until you do it again next year.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got the contracts and the data, everything already set, so we should be good there.
Okay, well, it sounds like a plan. I'll tell you what, I'll let you get out of here. I'm sure you want to close some stuff down, don't you?
Yeah.
Or do you want to stay here and talk for the second half?
I might come back. It's not a bad thing. I got all day tomorrow. I'm in class tomorrow, so I'll be here tomorrow taking class. So I got time to tear it down tomorrow, too.
Okay. Well, you come back. I'll play a halftime interview, and we'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So physician and provider recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a fourth generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a fourth generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation? And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime, and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like, the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago, and here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community, and I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here, just because we really love Macomb, and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of 2, you might be one of 1. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just want to in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back. Second half getting ready to start. 42-15 is the score. Tornadoes with the lead. Put it the third quarter. $18 points in the first half for Kennedy Quinn, including 3 of 4 from the free throw line to lead all scorers, I do believe. 13 on 2 of 4 free throws as well for Haley Redding. It is Evergreen basketball. Jones is going to get called for the offensive foul. Trinity Jones is going to pick up her second. Team's first of the third quarter. Gunther with it. Out to Redding for 3. Good. Haley Redding has got 16. .30-point game here early in the third quarter. Down low, Harris gets the bucket to fall. Lewis, excuse me. Keziah Lewis gets the bucket. That was a short trip.
Yeah, I wanted to put the balls up. That's a good feeling when you can put the balls away for the day.
Saved in, but taken away.
And we should be in running clock from here on out.
It's the whole second half or just the fourth quarter?
Whole second half, I believe.
Fourth, or traveling call to turnover.
Yeah, maybe not yet.
I think it's the fourth quarter.
I think it is too. It's too many rules.
There's sometimes when it's this big, this early, you wish it was the whole second half.
Well, yeah, if this is a football game, you could probably be about fourth quarter, just wave at the other sideline, be like, we're good.
Yeah. Haley Redding with it. Picks up her dribble. She's double teamed, gets it stolen away.
But you know what?
Ooh.
Oh, shoot. Some knees hit, face.
Yeah, that's probably a good call on the foul there. Caden Quinn coming in late. Oh, they
call who?
They called Ford up for it. Taylor Ford picks up her third foul. I thought Quinn was going to be the one that got that for diving in late.
Oh, her dad's a football coach, so aggressiveness runs in the family, I guess.
Lewis with it, looks down low to Yemen. Yemen back out, three on the way. Good for Tatum Harris.
Yeah, gave her a little space there. She just knocked it down. Oh.
We might wish it was the whole second half because they might come back and may never get back to 30 again.
Right, it's probably like 9:30 tonight. This game will be over, my luck. Jinxed it.
Has a shot off, no good. Rebound to the Tornadoes, 5:47.
Ooh.
Shots off, no good. Ball on the floor, rebound to a jump ball.
A lot of jump balls today. I'd like to know how many jump balls there have been today.
I should have kept track, but I didn't.
It's been a lot.
Taylor Ford right back in.
And I feel like girls basketball has a lot more than, you know what I mean, boys basketball for some reason.
I think it's because they're shorter.
I don't know about that, but hey, I've always said the girls are more aggressive and it's a rougher game than the boys at times.
There's another three for Haley Redding.
And girls get mad. Like the girls get, you can tell when a girl's mad at each other. I enjoy the girls basketball. That being said, I got 3 daughters, so I might have a lot of girls basketball in me.
You got a lot to see coming up.
Yeah, I might have a lot of softball, volleyball, and basketball in my future. So
there's a foul on Gunther. Her third. Team second. Isabel Carney, I believe, at the free throw line, shooting 2. That is number 4, right?
Yep.
Missed the first.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Sean Temple over there about the IHSA districts we have coming up for football. How that's going to affect a lot of people passes.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Could be a mess is what it could be.
Free layup hard off the glass, no good.
Great job getting to the hole.
Shot down by Cole, off no good. Grace Cole had the shot, jump ball to stay with the Mustangs. 4:54 to go in the third quarter.
Ooh, off the ref's head.
Well, if he was inbound, it would have been okay.
Yeah, right. Couldn't play it.
A-Town takes a full timeout. Both teams will have 3 timeouts remaining. So we talked a little bit about basketball. what's your thought about the districts in IHSA? Now, we cover both IHSA and I8FA,
Yep.
so some of our schools are both ways.
I'm not in favor. Like, I just think you're doing this for 1 year, and then your enrollments are all good. So your district's going to be for next fall would be 24, and then it's going to switch all again for 25 when the new enrollments and classifications come out. So your district's going to be 1 year, then every 2 years your district, I guarantee you, shifts every 2 years. Like, there's no way with, you know what I mean, with 8-man now and schools enrollments and success factor. I just think it's a lot, and I don't think there's any other sport we would let the IHSA schedule for us. Like, you know, like, I don't understand why we're willing to let them schedule football for us. Like, I just think the proposal has 8 districts for 8 classes of 512 teams. Well, there's only 498 teams, so where are you getting the other 14 schools at? And you're going to make smaller districts. Like, I just think there's a lot of this proposal that they're just trying to push their problems onto somebody else. And right now with us, we're happy. We play all 1A schools except Elmwood, Brimfield, and they're, 30 miles to the east, so we would play, we would play them anyway. Like, why do I want to go? And, like, you're not going to know your schedule till, maybe March, so you'll never be able to play in homecoming again. Like, you know what I mean, plan it out for some of these schools to bring back a lot of people. Like, there's just a lot of issues. I also don't know if the IHSA can pull it off. Like, supposedly we're supposed to have a schedule by February 1st. I think that's going to be a lot, especially if some proposals, you got to get, 14 Chicago Public League schools to join. Like, Public League doesn't move fast enough, I don't believe, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of – I just think you're voting on something on faith. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be better when we have 4. And then what happens in 3 years, we decide we don't want this anymore.
And Tatum Harris got a foul, might have just got a technical.
I haven't seen a lot of those this year, technical fouls.
Yeah, we got 2 of them today. Tatum Harris got a technical and a foul.
Who else got one today?
Hunter, number 20 for – I can't remember.
Is it Monmouth?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the most I've watched basketball all day, really. So
Quinn. I've seen so many I don't even know anymore.
right, just start running together.
Yes. Kennedy Quinn shooting her 2 free throws from the technical.
Yeah, I'm always glad when I get back in my car at the end of this day to drive home. It's not a fast car ride home. A little tired, but it's nice. It's nice to be driving home.
3 fouls now as the technical counts as one. It's 50-21. Right side, Gunther 3, good.
That was a good dish by Kennedy. Nice shot by Emma. She's one of the cheerleaders that already have had competitive cheer today, so I'm sure she's tired.
And they pick up the pressure a little bit here. They could barely get it across. That's Nev Hayes gets it across. 4:05 to go in the third quarter.
Hey, Coach Dugan playing a little man-to-man. Nice to see.
Cole, turn around, left it short. Jump ball.
See, feisty. Girls
And
are
another technical.
Girls are always feisty. Is that on us? Or?
No, that's going to be on number 15. She might get kicked out. Ford just walked away. I mean, she did the right thing. She just walked away. We'll see what they do here.
So
Technical foul on number 15.
Who got the
That's
last
Grace
one?
Cole. I think it's wiped out because of the technical foul. They get the ball back.
Well, I mean, who got the last technical foul for?
Oh, it was Tatum Harris.
Okay.
And she missed that one. Makes the first, missed the second. 54-21. What was Quinn talking about there? Get away. Get away. Get back there. I don't know. Freshman taking charge.
Yeah.
The runner off, no good. On the floor it goes.
Scrum.
Jump ball. Possession to A-Town.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you have to do to get a foul in that situation anymore. I think if you just grab their arms and tie it up, it's a jump ball.
Yeah, well, I think if you're on the ground and you don't dive on them, you just reach down, you're going to get a jump ball. If you dive on them, you're going to get a foul.
Go flying into them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think is going to happen at this point. Oh, nice pass.
That's a really good look.
Avery Stiegel gets her 2.
Yeah, Kitty does a great job of driving and penetrating and finding the open looks there. You know, she found Emma for the corner 3 a couple minutes ago or a minute ago. It's a nice advantage to have a point guard that can penetrate and find the open person. And then you got to hit the shot.
3:10 remaining in the third quarter. And a foul call. 2 shots coming, I do believe. Going to be on Gunther. That'll be her 4th.
She's got 4, huh?
She does.
I guess I didn't realize she had that.
2 more coming for Isabel Carey. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Missed the first, made the second last time.
I know that's something Coach Dugan would like to clean up as a fouls a little bit.
First one's off, no good.
He always, you know, he might complain. You get some new referees. That's the issue. I was like, yeah, but we just stop fouling so much.
It's always somebody else's fault, right? Can't be my fault.
Absolutely.
I got to find somebody else to blame it on. Second one, good again. She's got to find her range with the first one so she can make the second one.
Dial it in.
Yep.
That's how I am with golf. I got to hit the first one bad so I get the second one good.
I never had that issue.
Well, I only played golf 1 time this year, so it wasn't very pretty.
Pull-up jumper, good. Kennedy Quinn gets the bucket.
I'm only good for about 6 holes in golf, and I'm over it at that point.
I'm not good at all.
Yeah, I'm good. I need like 50 swings. It's about 6 holes, 5 holes for me. Then I'm good.
My thing with golf was I played enough a couple years that I thought I was getting okay at it, and then I realized I wasn't, and then I just got mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was much more fun when I knew I wasn't any good.
Right.
You know, when I started thinking I should be good or I was getting better.
When you start to think about, you know, what club you're going to hit, where you're going to hit it, yeah, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. Gunther dumps it.
Good look. Good passing right there.
Redding. She's got 8 1/4, 21 in the game.
You know, I'll be honest. I didn't think this game would go like this. You know, I think they're a solid 3. I think they have about 1,000 kids in the school, so.
Out of bounds. Caden Quinn coming back in. Haley Redding takes a seat. 1:57 to go in the third quarter. We are making this third quarter last a long time.
You're right. We just had to say something, huh?
Fouls on number 14, Caden Quinn, her second. A couple free throws coming for Yemen. I believe that's number 3, Yemen, at the free throw line. She's 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. Missed that one.
You know, I was talking to Mr. Temple. You know, free throw shooting's kind of went by the wayside
Oh,
these last
my
few
goodness.
years.
Well, you know, that's what I talked about today. Like, several of these games that were close-ish.
Free throws?
Well, free throws were bad. The team that won was horrible from free throws, but they just didn't take opportunities, man. And there's the second one is good for Yemen. There's just the opportunities that were made available by both teams, and neither team could take advantage of anything.
Yeah, you know, I think nowadays you shoot 50%, most coaches are happy. Like, if you shoot 70 or 60, I know Macomb had a girl shooting like 90, the Stortson girl shooting like 90%. Like, it's unheard of nowadays, more or less.
Foul on Brianna Waja. It's her second, team's 5th. Free throws now all the rest of the way, 1:46 remaining. And Quinn is back at the free throw line. She's only shot 4 this quarter.
How much she got for the game, though?
She has got 22 points, 23 points. Make it 24.
How many free throws she shot today?
2, 4. Well, this will make 6. She was 3 of 4. She's going to be either 5 of 6 or 4 of 6 after this one. 5 of 6.
Yeah, you'll take that all day.
8 of 10. You'll take that, right?
Yeah. You'd like to see your point guard to get about 10 free throws, 12 free throws a game.
Shot left short. Gunther with the rebound, and
They call it a travel, but I don't know that I saw that travel. But since it's 62-23, we'll let that go.
I wouldn't. I'd prefer it not to be called and just let it go.
Right, yeah, well,
So
yeah,
the clock
absolutely,
doesn't start.
absolutely. Coach Dugan's not very mad, though. He's drinking his water, so if it's a closer game, he might be more upset with that call.
Trinity Jones dumps it out. Yemen for 3. Air ball.
Good hustle.
Good hustle by Quinn.
Ooh, look, Anna, ooh.
She tried.
She did. She just looked up, and they just hit the ball right at the right time.
Yaman missed the shot. Kennedy Quinn, she's got somebody open. Oh, what a pass. Gunther, good.
Yep, good look.
Gunther has 5 1/4, 7 for the game. Double dribble.
I didn't see that one.
Trinity Jones is like, I thought maybe you just let me get away with that. she turned around. She's like, yeah, but she's just, I'm gonna keep going in case you don't
Heck
call
yeah.
it.
It's like flag football. When you think they pull your flag, just keep running, man.
I can't remember. There was a game earlier today. I can't remember what it was. But the coach called the travel as the whistle was blowing. I mean, I don't even know if the whistle had started blowing. Gunther, pull up. Good.
Good shot.
I don't even know if he would have called it if he hadn't started saying something.
Right.
He's like, yeah, you did before the whistle ever blew. I'm like, holy smokes.
Can't even argue that one for you.
Yeah. I'd like to argue for you, but I can't.
That's a good job by Anna tying
Jump
her
ball.
up there.
26.4 seconds left. Not getting back to 30 is not going to be a problem after we said that.
No, Coach Dugan's going to play more Friday, Saturday games back to back. You know, we had a good win last night against Calhoun, who beat Monmouth. Good win, makes our, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Monmouth was behind, and they came back, and then they were led the whole second half until the very end.
Yeah.
And then they kind of gave
well,
it away.
in Monmouth's schedule, I think they're playing 19 of the first 20 games on the road this year.
Yeah, that's what.
So you can complain
he
about
told
the
me.
schedule, but nobody else. That's just crazy.
Into the crossed half court.
Shoot.
Shot up, off, no good. That's going to be the end of the third quarter of play. We'll have a running fourth quarter. Should we add up and see how many points we got here? 2, 4, 6, 7, 25 at the end of 3 for Kennedy Quinn. 19-21 for Haley Rodefer.
Haley Redding.
Redding, I mean, yeah, sorry. 6-9 for Gunther. 2 and 2. 2 for Ford, 2 for Stiegel.
Yeah, you know, that's about how our scoring goes. Usually Kennedy and Haley lead us. You can get 23, 25 out of both of them and get 20 from your other girls. That's a pretty good night.
8 of 10 for Kennedy Quinn from the free throw line. 12 of 16 as a team. That's not too bad.
No.
75%.
You'll
that.
take that all day, every game.
Get ready for a running clock fourth quarter here. What happened over there? Did the official give him his whistle?
I don't know. That's Kennedy, the youngest Quinn, Graham. So he can be a handful. So who only knows what Graham's been up to? Another double dribble there. He called double dribble, I think.
Bunch of subs in. Can you see all the numbers here? I can't see.
Yeah, we got Anna Servin, Tiana Hamilton, Addie Anderson, Corey Anderson, and Miley Weber on the floor.
I literally cannot read the numbers on those jerseys.
Yeah, they're not great from up here. I can't read them either.
Shots off, no good. Foul's going to be on Servin. I believe that's who that is, isn't it?
Yes.
And Servin's going to pick up her second as we are in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these girls play JV basketball, so you know, at least they're getting some play this weekend.
Trinity Jones' first free throw is no good. Second one is good.
be out here about 9 o'clock. Can't beat that.
Shot up and short. Get the rebound.
That's all right.
Tiana Hamilton with it. Now it's out back. Number 41, Addison Anderson, battling down there for it. Possession will go back to Tornadoes. Been a lot of free throws shot in this one.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, some of those games today didn't have many free throws at all.
Back the other way, layup is good. What number is that?
For them, I missed it.
It's a girl over here on the near side, but I can't read her number at all. 10.
They got to turn their backs to it.
And they don't even have her on the roster. Who was that by? Miley Weber?
Miley Weber, yep, freshman.
Number 10 got 2 points. Eight of 18 is what Evergreen Park is from the free throw line.
Man, they've had 18 free throws today.
They've shot 18. Tornadoes have shot 16.
I wouldn't have thought that, especially if they had 2 technical fouls as well.
Well, Tornadoes have 1 player with 4, 2 players with 3, a couple players with 2.
We're getting our money's worth, man.
Yeah. Shot is up, off, no good.
You'd rather them be too aggressive than not aggressive enough, in my opinion.
And then stepping on the baseline, number 20.
As a football coach, you always want them to be more, you know what I mean? Like, we want the hyper aggressive.
And number 10 is going to be shooting a couple free throws. Who's this foul on?
Probably Miley.
25, that is Miley Weber, her first, team second. Apparently the scorebook doesn't have the name in it either. The announcer doesn't have the name because he ain't saying that. He never said it when she scored last time. Did you notice that?
Yeah, she must not be in it.
Clock running here, 4 minutes remaining, essentially. And she stepped across the line with her left foot.
That's happened twice today, right? They called one earlier
Yeah,
today
they
for
did.
a free throw violation on somebody.
On a made one, though.
Yeah.
That's the worst part when you do that on a made one.
It's like getting a touchdown call back on a holding call. It's the worst. Especially if it's like a trick play and you've set it up, and yeah, man, that's not fun. And then the kid's like, we'll just run it again. Like, it only works once, man.
And a couple missed shots, and it's total chaos on the floor right now.
Little scrum. Nope.
It's like a hot potato out there. Foul charge to Brianna Wuja, her third, team's first of the fourth quarter. Again, the clock is running, 68-26. Apparently the scoreboard didn't update again. Who was that? Miley Weber again?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's got 4.
I really cannot see the numbers at all. They'll lose that out of bounds. It'll go back to the Tornadoes.
You need like the thing on TV if their numbers above their heads when they're running numbers.
Yes.
That would help you out.
Yeah, it would. If they could, you think we could do that without being on TV? Just do it right now.
I don't know.
You know, like in Derby racing, they make them wear those placards on top of the car. Think we could make them wear helmets or make them wear a little thing?
Like a little thing sticks up. I don't know.
Think we could do that?
I don't know. I don't know if the girls would do that.
Well, I mean, I don't care if it's girls or boys. It's
something easier.
Yeah.
So you're telling Coach Dugan you want dark green letters on the white?
Yes, definitely.
Dark green. I'll remember that.
Or even, yeah, dark. You can put the yellow on there as around the outline.
The
of it,
NFHS is great at changing the rules on uniforms every 4 years, so you have to get new ones. So I'm sure they'll come up with something. It's like football, you know. They got to be one color the number instead of 2 colors. Like.
Who's that? That's number.
Addie Anderson.
Addison Anderson gets the bucket.
I always say I just think the NFHS and these apparel companies get together and figure out what they can do to get some more money out of everybody.
I think every number should be completely contrasting and one color. That's what I think on every jersey. Now, you can put whatever stripes down the sides you want to, but the number should be one color.
Yep.
And if you have green and white and yellow, your number should be green on a white or a yellow, and your number should be yellow or green or white on a green.
I'm not saying you're wrong there.
That's just from my – I mean, they look cool like that, but for my purpose, they are not very good.
Yeah, we got some football jerseys that are hard to read, too.
That's kind of like
I think it's the yellow, to be honest.
It is. Yellow on white is almost impossible. The other thing that I like is my pet peeve as an announcer or whatever is when ADs and secretaries or whoever does the schedule or does the rosters can't put them in numerical order.
Yep, I did that this year. I put them all in numerical order.
Who's that?
Anna Servin.
Anna Servin. She gets her first two. 74-26. You know, this is the thing. You know, they keep scoring. They keep outscoring the other team. But the problem is you got all the subs in. I was a sub most of the time, and you can't tell me not to go in there and score if I get the chance.
Absolutely. You know, it's like football when you get up a bunch. Like, you can't tell those kids that are just getting to play for the first time not to run hard. You want them to run hard, right? You want them to give all-out effort.
They have to. You have to have them do that.
I don't know. I'm kind of like the old Steve Spurrier. Stop me. Stop me.
Yeah. And that's going to end this one. I would say that the Tornado Classic was a success. The A-Town Tornadoes get a 74-28. I guess I missed a couple points for Mustangs. I'm sorry, 74-28.
You know, it always helps when the home team wins. It makes the night go a lot easier.
It does. It does. And it's nice that they're the last team here, right?
Yep.
And you only have one team that has to leave late-ish.
And they're spending the night somewhere in Galesburg tonight.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah. So, you know, we had two schools come up and spend the night. Calhoun came up last night and spent the night.
I didn't realize they were playing today. I wasn't paying much attention, I guess, to the whole deal. But Kennedy Quinn gets the MVP. But I was going to say that it was cool that they got to play extra game and come twice and, and made it worth their trip, right?
Yep. So when I was talking to Calhoun, you know, they were like, we'd like to come. We'd like to get another game in if we're going to drive that far. So I made I talked to Farmington about, you know, not playing our JV boys game because we have a boys JV shootout on the 22nd of December here. And they were great with it. So we had a great crowd last night. And, you know, I like doing the varsity bar. I think it's a great deal for everyone. You know what I mean? The whole community gets to come out and see their boys varsity, their boys varsity, their boys girls varsity, and I just think that's a great thing.
I'm going to do some stats here. I was wrong, by the way. On a number of free throws. 9, 13, 17, 21, 23, 25.
For us?
No, for them.
For them.
They made 11 of 25.
Okay.
12 of 16 was correct for A-Town.
It's a good night.
Yeah, 12 of 16, you'll take that. So the leading scorer, Kennedy Quinn, the MVP. She had 25, finished 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Had 3 threes in the first quarter to kind of blow things open.
Yeah, that helped out a lot.
Emma Gunther ended with 9 points, 2 points for Anna Servin, 21 points behind 3 threes of her own, and 2 of 4 free throw shooting for Haley Redding. 2 points for Avery Stiegel, 2 points on 2 of 2 free throws for Taylor Ford, 4 points for Miley Weber, and 2 points for Addison Anderson. The Mustangs led by Kiza Lewis, who had 9 points, 3 of 4 free throw shooting. Nobody had double figures for them. 4 points for Neva Hayes. Taylor Yaman had 5 points. Isabel Carney had 2. Tatum Harris had 3. Bridget Hayes had 2. 2 points for Trinity Jones. No points on 0 of 2 free throw shooting for Abby Kupskuk. And 2 points on 0 of 2 free throw shooting and 2 points for number 10, who we don't know who she is. They finished 11 of 25. So that'll do it. That's the broadcast. 8 games in how many hours was that?
12.
And just right at 12 hours. That's not too bad.
That's exactly how I planned it to go, to be honest. So we appreciate you coming here and doing this, man. This is great for us. We love being able to provide a live stream, and letting everybody that can't make it get out and see all the games today.
Well, we appreciate you letting us be here. We'll be back next Saturday. 8 more games on hand. It's boys basketball next Saturday. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you then.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, sir.